When I was in Nainital, I was sitting by this beautiful lake. I was watching a few tourists taking a boat ride, some standing by the banks feeding the big fishes, and some taking photos and selfies. When I read about Nainital on the government website, it said it was discovered by a merchant, P. Baron, in 1839. I wondered when was Nainital lost to be discovered by a Britisher. Well, this is how our history books are today, written from a colonial perspective. Let's look at Nainital from the Indian context. Maybe the touristy site started off with the Britishers' arrival, but the Naina Devi temple existed as an energy space many a millennia before that. Nainital is mentioned in the Manas Kand of Skanda Purana as Tri-Rishi Sarovar. It got its name because of the three of the Sapta Rishis, Atri, Pulastya and Pulaha. They came on a pilgrimage here and did penance here thousands of years ago. This is so powerful, and that's why even the three Sapta Rishis chose this powerful space to do penance. I am standing right now in front of a village Devi temple, Bhavani Devi. The same Devi from whom Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is said to have received his sword just before going into battle. Anywhere you travel in this country, you can see that every village has a Devi shrine. The Indus Valley civilization has many relics and idols proving the worship of the feminine. The worship of the feminine dates back at least 10 to 12,000 years, if not more. Today, it would be wrong to classify all the Devi temples into one category. There are certain Devis who were real women that lived once upon a time. They lived in such ways of grandeur and attainments that after their death, the villagers considered them worth worshipping and made them goddesses. Another category is the devotional temples built by people of faith and belief. Another category is the energy spaces or spots identified by realized beings who established Devi forms in those places. And then there is the category of Devis who are created as energy forms by masters in the path of Shakthi Tantra. Not all these Devis necessarily have temples. Some do, some do not. They can be accessed through yantras made in perfectly geometric and symmetric designs with specific mantras, rituals assigned to them. It is a totally different world altogether, but rooted in the ancient science and technology. But at the same time, this was available to anybody who seeks and works towards it. In ancient days, and even today, for those who remember and follow, every family would have a Kul Devi associated with them. If you don't know who your Kul Devi is, please do ask the elders in your family. They will tell you. These Kul Devis were created in a way that she was tuned to work only for that family or community. They were called as Ishta Devatas. It means that somebody created the Devi as to how they wanted her to be, in terms of attributes and characteristics. A yogi is a person who strives to reach the highest possible human potential. He does not rely on scriptures or philosophies to understand his body and his mind. He uses his body as an instrument of perception. The yogic way of looking at this is the energy body of human system has 72,000 nadis or energy pathways. They have junction points or crossovers all over the body, and they are said to be 108 in number. In Ayurveda, an ancient medical system, and Kalaripayattu, an ancient martial art form, these 108 points are called as marma. Marma literally means hidden points or points that could cause death. If these marma points are kept well, then health and well-being is taken care of. In the Shiva Purana, Shiva teaches Parvati Devi the 112 methods to attain to the ultimate. Each of the 108 points are considered as a chakra in the body, and 4 are outside the body, totaling 112. The basic aim of yoga being aligning one's body, the microcosmos, with the larger universe, which is the macrocosmos. The enlightened beings who had mastery over their own energy body wanted to create energy forms on the outside. They made the whole geography of the land as a manifestation of their inner energy body. The Ida and Pingala, or the left and the right portions of the body, hold each of the 54, replicating twice, totaling 108. Each of these 54 Devis are assigned to specific positions in the body. Each Devi has her own attributes, form, yantra, mantra, and rituals. Each Devi is also assigned a Bhairava, male counterparts who also have specific attributes and names. Something like the yin and the yang, or the Shiva Shakthi balance. In Shakta tradition, they have 54 Shakti temples or Peeths geographically located across the land of ancient Bharat. These are spread into the present regions of Nepal, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Only 51 are for the general public to go and make use of. The 3 are said to be hidden and only available to those who have attained to a certain sadhana within themselves. And mythologically, each of these Shakti Peeths correspond to one body part of the Devi. All of you would be familiar with the story of Sati Devi's body pieces falling in different places as Shiva carried her dead body all across this land. Wherever each body part fell, it became a Shakti Peetha. Each Shakti Peetha has also a counterpart of a Bhairava temple associated with it. Most probably, this is conjecture that each of the 54 Devis were established as temples which were energized to simulate that particular chakra or marma point within the human system. These powerful places may be places created for Devi sadhana, creating a conducive space for seekers to stay and make use of. Nainital gets its name from Naina, meaning eyes, and Tal, meaning lake. Both the temples at Bilaspur, Himachal Pradesh, and Nainital in Uttarakhand are considered as Shakti Peeth, where the eyes of Sati fell. Finding its ways from Kushan period, popularly known as Nanda or Naina Devi in the Kumaon region, a temple was built in 15th century AD. Later, in 1842, the first Naina Devi idol was installed by Motilal Shah. In 1880, the temple was completely ruined because of a massive landslide. Soon, the temple was rebuilt in 1883 by the locals. Every year in the month of Bhadrapada, which is August-September, on Shukla Ashtami, an immersion of the idol takes place similar to the ones in Maharashtra and West Bengal. Today, Nainital is definitely not considered a pilgrimage destination. It is more of a summer getaway spot for people in the plains. Thanks to the colonial discoverer, people arrive drawn by the beautiful hill station and its lake. Only a few know and visit the Naina Devi temple or the northern end of the lake. The temple attracts thousands of travelers and dwellers during the Nanda Ashtami, a grand festival that runs for 8 days in the premises of Naina Devi temple. Other festivals like Navaratri and Chaitra are also significant and attract massive crowd here. The annual Nanda Devi Mela has been happening here as early as the 16th century. Apart from that week, the temple is not much visited. In our culture, temples were never places where you submit your list of wants and requirements as prayers. We created temples as energy spaces for fulfilling specific needs, like the Kolhapur Mahalakshmi Devi for wealth. We knew the signs of God making and consciously created gods and goddesses. They were created as a means to an end, the end being mukti or dissolution. Gods were never the ultimate goal in our culture. That's why even today we have reminders in the form of visarjans, like the Ganesh Utsav and Navaratri, where we make our gods, worship them, and then take them and dissolve them. When you come across a Devi temple, one thing for you is to inquire about what category it belongs to, a devotional kind, or energy space, or a consecrated form. Only in knowing the nature of the space can you know how to receive or make use of the space for your own well being and growth. You cannot go to a grocery store and expect to get spare parts for your car, can you? So, how we approach our temples matters. Right attitude and appropriate preparation and being able to receive what is being offered at a subtler level is all crucial.